Yes. Now, what is the square root of 25? Gentlemen, split. Now, Pardeep, that is your desk over there. Anmal, that is your desk back by Jasreet. Move now. You have 3 seconds before I'm extraordinarily pissed off. Right now, I'm only moderately pissed off. Because it's the second time I've had to talk to you two about putting your hands on each other. I cannot get you further apart. He can only put his hands on a wall. You could only put your hands on her, which would make her angry. How did it escalate quickly? I ended it quickly. Escalating quickly would have mean me leaving them alone, and they would have had their hands all over each other for longer. Square root of 25 is 5. What comes out here? 5. 5 times 9 is 45, then a 0. 450, nothing left under there. This one, 7 times 2, 14. 54 times 6. I don't want to do 54 times 6. I'm going to break it down. That is 9 times 6 and a 6. Well, there's a pair, so out comes a 6. 9 has a square root, so out comes a 3. 3 times 6 times 14 is 252. Here again, I don't want to simplify 15 times 27. It's too big a number. So I do 3 root 15 times 27, just like in my notes, and I simplify. That's 3 and 5, and that's 9 and 3. 9 has a square root. What's coming out? 3. 3 is a pair. What's coming out? 3. I didn't move the 5, so the 5 stays there. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27 root 5. Now, some of you will have simplified the 27 first to get 9 and 3, which means you have root 15 times 9 root 3, which gets you 9 root 45, and then, of course, you would simplify the 45. Does it matter which one you do? No, but doing this, I feel, adds an extra step. If you do it all at once, like I showed you in your notes, 15 times 27, you can just break these both down under one radical sign. But it's up to you to make that decision, right? Okay, 20 and 45, well, I know that's 12 root 20 and 45. 20 is 4 times 5. 45 is 9 times 5. Does 4 have a square root? What is it?
2.
So out comes 2. Does 9 have a square root?
Yes.
What is it? So out comes 3. Is 5 a pair?
Yes.
So what comes out?
5.
5. So now I have 5 times 2, which is 10. 10 times 3, which is 30. And 30 times 12, which is 360. Because 3 times 12 is 36, and then I add a 0. What's different here? Nothing, except it's a cube root. 3 times 2 times 2 is 12. Cube root, 16 times 4 times 2. Well, 16 is 2 to the 4th, right? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 4 is 2 squared, and then I got another 2. How many 2's is that? 2 to the 7th. I'm looking for groups of how big? 3. How many groups of 3 can I get out? 2 of them. So I'm going to bring out 2 2's. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 12 is 48. Cube root. What did I leave under there? 1 single 2. Because I brought out 6 of them, and I had 7. Now, some of you don't see that with exponents. So maybe you got to write 2 times 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 2, 4, 2. There's a group of 3. There's a group of 3. Bring out 1 2, bring out a second 2, and I leave a 2 under there. Am I allowed to list those factors that way? Yes. The only thing it affects you is how much time you are spending on each question. Now, you have yet to write a test for me. Quizzes I throw a time limit on. Why? Because I don't have all day to let you stress over a question that is worth nothing when you don't know the answer to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't know the answer to a quiz question and you stare at it for an hour and a half, is that miraculously going to give you the answer? No. That is why quizzes are timed. Tests, every test I give you could be completed in 30 minutes. What do I give you? 80 minutes. And I always try to schedule your tests bumping into lunch or bumping into after school. So if you need to stay, you can. Okay? So don't worry about time. Don't worry about the fact that I'm doing this so fast if you need to list it all out. That's okay. Everybody good? Okay. Now, it is 2:14. We're probably not going to get through all this, which means you're all going to get a chance to finish this tonight, and then we finish marking it tomorrow. So this one, I can do no addition here. Why not? Because it's 7 and 5. I can't add them. So I got to do the multiply first. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 3 is 21. Then I multiply again, just like I learned in the 9th grade. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. Do either of them get any simpler? No. And they're different, so can I do 4 minus 8? No. That is done. This one. Root 8 times root 6 is root 48 minus root 16. Do they get simpler? Sure they do, because 48 is 16 times 3. Or you did a factor tree. What is the square root of 16? 4. So I have 4 root 3 minus, what's the square root of 16? 4. And I'm done, because there is no root over here, so I cannot add them anymore. This is the same as 4x minus 4. That's done, right? So this is done. Oh, it looks like I am going to get through all of it. Lovely. Multiply, multiply, multiply. 3 root 25 minus, oh, barf, 5 times 75, that's a big number. So I'm going to leave it as 5 times 75 plus 3 root 5 times 3 is 15. Now I break it down. What's the square root of 25? 5. So what comes out? 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 75 breaks down into 3 times 25, right? And 25 is 5 times 5, right? Where's my pair there? The 5s, right? So out comes a 5, and what stayed under there? That 5 and that 3, which is 15, right? And then plus 3 root 15. Can any of that go together? Which parts? Jacqueline. The 15s. So I got 15. What's negative 5 plus 3? Negative 2 root 15. And now that one's done. This one. Can I add those right now? No, because they're all different. But they all break down, don't they? 20 is 4 times 5. What's coming out? 2 root 5. 72 is 36 times 2. What's coming out? What's square root of 36? 6 plus 6 root 2. 45 is 9 times 5. What's coming out? 3 root 5. Does any of that go together? Which parts, Garcia Hill? the root 5s. 6 root 2, because we always like a positive first if we can get it. 2 minus 3 is negative root 5. Why didn't I write the 1? Because we never write 1 as a coefficient. But if you wrote 1, would I be that Mrs. Bad Crumble? Wrong, 0, boo. Am I that teacher? No, I'm the teacher that says, hey, great, good job, but we don't usually write the 1. And gives you full credit anyway. Yes. Yes, of course it's fine. But as I am telling you again, you will have teachers in the future that will say, never start with a negative. Addison.
Can you explain it from the 2 root 5 plus 6 root 2 minus 3 root 5 again?
Yes. Which of these can go together? Root 5 and root 5, right?
Yeah.
So, I had 2 root 5s. In my hand, these are both root 5. I got 2 of them. Then, I am taking away 3 of them. 1, 2, negative root 5s, because I had to go below 0. So I have 6 root 2, because I never touch the root 2s, minus 1 root 5. Good?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, bleh! Giant numbers. So what do? I break them down just like I've been doing it all along. 25 times 6, 9 times 6, 4 times 6. What's coming out here? What's coming out? He weighted 5. What's already out there? What's the answer? 60 root 6. What's coming out here? 3. What's already out there? Minus 15 root 6. Seeing a pattern? What's coming out here? 2. What's already out there? Plus 6 root 6. Are those all the same? So what do? Add them up. 60 minus 15 is 45. 45 plus 6 is 51 root 6. Now I'm going to shut up because it is 2:20. Anybody who doesn't have number 11 done, that's your job tonight. And I would recommend some practice from page 37. Tomorrow, you will see all the answers to 37. What? 4 root 3 minus 4.